In this month of August 2024, I left two jobs. Earlier this month, I was working in the shopping center, making Mexican food, rolling burritos. That wasn't fulfilling for me, so I left and I started to look for jobs that helps me in the skills that I want to develop, which is sales. I found this job and it's a doors to door job. What that means is that I went around knocking on people's doors, around 200 doors per day, and I would ask them to donate to the charity. So the charity hires the office that I was working for, and then they teach us what we need to say, and then I would go out knocking on doors in the behalf of these charities. And every time someone would say yes to donate, I would get £50. And this morning, I left that job after being there for only 2 weeks. 2 weeks was enough for me to realize that this was not something I want to do. And it's a shame because I really enjoyed knocking on doors and getting rejected. Like that was the most fun that I've had at a job in years. And the people that I was working with, it was kind of fun, isn't it? Like, so I actually enjoyed getting rejected and getting the door slammed on my face. That was the fun part. What I didn't like though, the charity that we were working with, it was a charity that supports deaf children, kids who can't hear. So I'll be knocking on the door, right? And then I would be asking them if they knew anyone who was deaf. And sometimes the parents, yeah, they would know someone who's deaf. Their kid. So I remember knocking on this one parent's door, and they're telling me how they're not getting the support for their deaf child. And when they do get the support, after waiting many years, the support is not even that good. And their child is getting bullied because, like kids at that age, they're gonna pick on anything. So, like, when I'm listening to this parent telling me the challenges that them and their kids are going through, I have to pretend to care. I have to, like, when they're telling me the challenges that their children are that they're going through, I have to pretend to care. I have to put on like a sad face and be like, oh really? Oh man, yeah, yeah. But then in the back of my mind, because the job is commission only, even though it's for a charity, I was pretending to care about their kid getting bullied. But really, I was just trying to get them signed up on the tablet so I can get paid. And 2 weeks was enough to realize I couldn't be doing this for long. To pretend to care, it's a good cause. It's a great thing that this charity is doing, right? But I don't know anyone who's deaf. This charity doesn't really resonate with me. It's not close to my heart. So that's why I didn't really care. I know this sounds kind of crap, but I really didn't care when this parent was telling me about the challenges that their kids are going through, because the cause of the campaign of deaf children, it didn't it didn't move my heart. Simply putting it, even though that sounds a bit crap coming from me. But I'm glad I went through this because it shows me that I'm willing to spend hours and hours and hours in a day getting rejected, getting the door shut on my face. I realized that I find that bit so fun. It's weird, right? It's like getting rejected is like kind of crap as a human. But that's the bit that I love the most because I'm putting myself out there. And in the 2 weeks of being there, my confidence just went up so much. The way I speak, the way I present myself out into the world, I can see already how much it was improving my confidence. But even though it's improving my confidence and it's a bit of fun, knocking on doors, I just couldn't sit well with myself knowing that I was pretending to care. I was being fake. Like, I was being fake by, oh, really? Yeah, oh, how old is your kid? Oh, yeah, really? Oh, no. No, man, that sucks, doesn't it? Anyways, sign this so I can get paid. Bro, like, I don't care about the cause. Even though I believe it's a good cause and it's a good thing that they're doing. But I ask myself, is this something that I really want to put all my attention into? And it wasn't. So I left. I gave in my charity ID badge, I gave in my tablet, and I gave in my charity uniform. And I said goodbye. This makes me realize then that I am willing to put myself out there, getting rejected 200 times in a day. I'm willing to put myself out there. And I actually find it fun. But it has to be something that I care about. So because I realized that, okay, look, I enjoy putting myself out there and then getting rejected. That's the bit that I like. But I can't do it for a cause that I don't believe in. So then I ask myself, what is a cause that I believe in? The only thing that comes to my mind is men's mental health. And I'm going to be real. When there are charities and campaigns talking about men's mental health, it's kind of extreme, isn't it? It's kind of like, I'm not sure if this is right, but it's like, oh, so dark and oh, 1 in 3 men are going to end themselves. Support now. When we hear charities about men's mental health, it's kind of like that extreme. And I'm gonna be real, I've not been like, there's points where I was really struggling in life, but never to the point where I wanted to end it. So let's just make that clear, because I'm not going to just, I'm not going to make men's mental health sexy like that, right? I'm not gonna try to get you to feel sorry for me, because it was never that deep for me. But when I talk about a cause that is true to me and sits well with me and I believe in, it's men's mental health, but more so it's about men not liking their life because they don't have purpose. Because it's easy to lose yourself and be distracted in this world that we've grown up in, with the sexy Instagram content, with the video games. It's easy to not like your life and not find it fulfilling as a man, because it's not made for us. It's not made for us to. It's not made for us to win. So the only charity that is something that I want to go all in on, a job that I want to go all in on, is this YouTube channel. I realized that this cause that I'm doing, I'm basically just telling stories that would help 16-year-old me, who was distracted, who was lost, who didn't know what to do with their lives. And because they didn't know what to do with their lives, that's why they were distracted and not finding it fulfilling, and they didn't like their lives. That's something I'm willing to get behind on and get rejected 200 times a day for. Because I know I've been there myself, a distracted young man. I know how crap that is. So therefore, yeah, that's something I could put all my attention into. And I'm glad I realized this in this 2 weeks of fundraising for charity, because it's a good cause, helping deaf kids. And I've learned so much about their struggles. But I just didn't like the fact that I had to fake being myself and I had to pretend to care when the parents were telling me the struggles of their kids, their deaf kids. Thank you for being here. Love.